Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to a hangout with me, Fiona Catchpowle, and today I am talking to Sonia Ingriselli again about SEO on the back of riding high from her presentation at Malaga Business Minds. Good afternoon, Sonia.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's gone a little bit nippy here, though, hasn't it? I don't know.
Yes.
If it is where you are.
My house is freezing.
I keep saying I'm never going to talk. I'm not going to talk about the weather when I do these hangouts, but I can't help it.
No, it's very, very chilly. There's no sun today. There's no sun today, so it's I don't have sun. Do you have sun at all?
No. I'll turn the camera around, but no sun. So SEO. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about it than we did on the last hangout that we did.
Yep.
We're going to actually try and do this as a series and address each tiny little subject, or not every, okay, we're not going to give away all your secrets, and see how people take it. We'd love to hear from people. We'd love you to maybe send us some questions ahead of time, and this could be the way forward on how we educate people on SEO.
Letting people ask questions and ahead of time, that's perfect.
Okay, so we're going to try and keep it less than 15 minutes, just so anybody, obviously you're going to check the timeline here on your YouTube, but all of the details on how to get hold of Sonia, how to get hold of me will be posted underneath the video.
Okay.
Today we're going to talk about the first subject that you have picked is anchor text.
Yes.
Tell me, what is anchor text?
So anchor text is that clickable text that's hyperlinked. It's part of SEO best practices. Anchor text can be relevant to the page you're linking to, more or less. So it's almost like a little mini promotional.
For example, if I was writing a blog about what we've done today, and I wrote, today I was talking to Sonia from Plush Media.
Yes.
And I highlight Sonia from Plush Media.
Yes.
And I insert a link to your website. Is that what we're saying is anchor text?
Yeah, that's anchor text. So that's pretty much it. It's it's the hyperlink. You know what everybody knows what a hyperlink is. So then a lot of people
just in case.
Yeah. No, that's fine. You're right. It's hyperlinks because it's blue highlighted if it's blue set to your screen. So
it's when you tap it or click it, you get taken to another location.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you get taken off site. Excuse me. You get taken off site, off the site that you're reading the blog on, to a different website, which would be your example, Plush Media. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, anchor text has always been a little tricky for Google. The penalties, I don't know. I know a lot of people probably do know about these penalties going around, how your website can get in trouble, which is true. We could cover that another day too. Now, what happened was a lot of people take advantage of anchor text and they put in really spammy, silly words like cheap, cheap SEO, cheap website hosting. That's spammy. Google considers that really spammy. It's not user friendly. Now, imagine this. Okay, so here's where Google gets upset, and this is why I really wanted to talk about anchor text, because people who don't know a lot about this stuff, which is, a lot of people, unfortunately, on the coast, I know that, they can be taken advantage of by other web developers, anybody who wants to exchange a link. This is the way I'm going to go with this. This is a really good example.
Okay.
If you get, I'm sure this happened to you with Fiona. Have you ever gotten contacted and asked to share a link? You know what I mean? People contact you through their email. Hi, I've noticed your site. It's wonderful. Blah blah blah. They flatter you to no end, and your site's wonderful. And can we exchange or share a link? I'd like to put this link on your page. Now that's fine, but there's certain rules you have to follow. Now what they'll do, the shady people. Let's talk about the shady people. What they'll do is they'll write a story. Let's say they'll write a movie review. Okay, about Frozen. There's a movie. They write a movie review about Frozen. If nobody knows what Frozen is, then forget it. Turn off the damn screen. So they write a
maybe the 3-year-old. Should we get the 3-year-old in on this one?
Yeah,
because she knows what Frozen
probably knows more about the movie than I do. But anyway, say if they're writing a movie review about Frozen, and then all of a sudden, at the bottom of the article, they put cheap website hosting. And they link it. It's got nothing to do with the movie Frozen. So that's the kind of stuff that you got to be careful with. And a lot of people, a lot of webmasters out there will try to sneak that past Google, because linking is one of the foundations of SEO. It gets you ranked. You're linking. Remember in the presentation I discussed how it crawls, Google crawls all those links, and that's how they rank your site.
Right.
So it's hard for people to turn down a link when people say, I get an email, I'd like to share links with you. And if you really know what you're doing with the SEO, people have a hard time saying no to that. They're like, I need these links, right? I need these links. So-and-so told me I need these links. So, but then they don't understand that they're actually can get into a lot of trouble for it. So,
okay.
Yeah, Google's been, actually, that's the reason why they created Penguin. Have you heard of the Penguin update?
Well, just give everybody an idea of what these penguin, hummingbird, pigeon, and really weird things that Google come out with are.
The zoo of penalties. The zoo of penalties.
Whoa.
Or the zoo of updates. Actually, Google calls them like updates, but we in my industry, we get nervous about them. I think they're great. Penguin especially is a spam, particularly aimed at spam, bad keyword stuffing, anchor text. In the early days of SEO, for example, webmasters discovered that using keywords as the anchor text, like I was just saying, cheap SEO, best SEO, that's the kind of stuff you put in your title tags, right? Discovered that using keywords as the anchor text in the backlinks helped their websites rank really high. So this is a long time ago. This is back in the day. Google was unable to manually check that. See, can you imagine them trying to manually check? Okay, millions of sites. And Google, being Google, decided to develop these updates. That's what Penguin came into play.
So basically, Penguin it was to stop all the naughtiness, really. Stop all the spammy links and the wrong sort of stuff. Is that
Exactly. So Penguin was developed to stop the nonsense. Like I said in the presentation, God, I remember back in the 90s looking up something and stuff from dating sites would pop up. Casino would pop up. Casino was a big one. Casinos would pop up. Had nothing to do with what I searched. You know what I mean? And so they had to clean that up. So believe me, this is a really good thing. Penguin, Panda, they're all a good thing. So Penguin is for spam, is to clean up the keywords, the anchor text, make sure they're not spammy, and they devalue your site if you do that stuff. So if you want to be, a jerk on your site and just put in these stupid links with stupid keywords that mean nothing, then Google's saying, okay, Penguin, get to work. Penguin slaps them around with its fin, slaps them out of the rankings. That's pretty much what Penguin does.
Gives it a bit of fish.
My analogies are horrible. You're putting me on the spot with analogies. I'd come up with something funnier, but I'm too pressed for time.
Okay.
But
all right.
So the Penguin is for spam, and then Panda is for content. It's more content-based. It's looking for quality content. It also looks for quality links to content. But then Panda actually couldn't do exactly what Google really wanted to do, was really, really way beautiful content that's really user-friendly. So then they came up with Hummingbird, which is actually, it looks for really great quality content that makes you look like an authority. You're really giving the end user one hell of an experience. They love your site. You could get, if you have that, Hummingbird just passes right by you and gives you a nice big pat on the back, and you get ranked. So, that's Penguin, Panda, Hummingbird, and now there's Pigeon, which is more for Google Local, and I'm actually writing a blog about that right now, about Pigeon and Spain, because they only did it in the States. So usually, whatever they do in the U.S., that's what Google is. It kicks off, and it eventually goes around to every search engine, so across the world. So Pigeon is for Google Local business and your maps, and whether you're registered for Business Local. You know about Business Local?
Yeah. Is it now connected to like Google Places? Is it?
Yeah, it's all. They made an app. You should know. Actually, you probably know more about it than I do with the Google Places. They made that They made it all in one. It's your business page, your business stuff. I have to look more into it.
The Google Plus page.
The Google Plus page, everything. Yeah. It's like all in one.
Yeah.
And Google Local's taking a lot of weight. So if you got a nice map, if you got your address registered, your map, and you got a nice little square that shows up, in the search
and a landline phone number if you're with the national carrier as well. That makes a difference.
Yeah. There you go. See, you know more than I do. So I'm just doing a little bit of research into the Google Local and in Pigeon, and I'm going to have a blog in the next few days about that.
Okay, that'd be cool. So what are the best ways of your anchor text then? So it's just being real, I suppose, like with everything else, and the good quality, using the right words, and just...
You nailed it. You just nailed it. You just answered it. It's being real. It's being real. That's all you have to do. You have to make it valuable for your user reading it, right? So your reader comes to review Frozen, and then all of a sudden it's talking about cheap web hosting or some crazy other site that goes off the realm of movie reviews. So not taking people up that send you these spammy emails saying, we can give you SEO and links and yada yada for $5, and things like that. You just I just don't do it. The thing is that there's the whole thing with buying links, right? Buying links, actually exchanging money for this. That's really, really against Google terms. It's so bad. I've witnessed it. I've had people call me crying because their sites were completely removed from the index. Horrible. And it turns out they were paying for links. They were paying for them. Now, if you link, it's a whole process. It's something else we'd have to get again. We'd have to get into that another time. It takes a lot of time to explain. If you're trying to purchase a link from another page that passes your page rank, really passes it, like by the big numbers, that's illegal in Google's head. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we've sort of we've chatted now for, would you believe it, for nearly 10 minutes on anchor text, and we've digressed onto all the different birds and animals in the zoo that Google has.
Updates. Yeah. See, that's what happens.
That might be enough bite-sized pieces for now. And what I will do is I will also put a script underneath to say what we're talking about at each minute as well, so people can follow it.
Okay, perfect.
We don't want you fast forwarding, really. We want you to watch the whole thing. Okay, so if you've got to this point and you haven't listened to anything that's said, then I want you to click on that button now and rewind. Okay? All right. So part two. I mean, maybe we can leave it up to the audience to decide what we're going to talk about in part 2. But we're trying not to leave too big a gap between the next episode. And I think we need some sort of snappy captions coming in now, and maybe a theme tune.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds cool. It sounds really cool.
All right. All right then. So we'll look at doing that for the next episode then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Listen, thanks a lot for your time today, and we'll catch up with you very soon.
Hopefully, yes. Thank you.
Okay. It's a deal. Bye.
Bye.